The acronym DWT may not mean anything to you right now, but hopefully by the end of this speech you will understand the meaning and why it should be taken very seriously. Good afternoon, my name is MIsaza, and today I'll be giving you a persuasive speech about texting while driving. It will only take a minute. My boss needs this information very quickly. Let me just text message real quick while the light is red. Many Americans have had these same thoughts sitting behind the wheel of the car in today's techno generation. These same thoughts were going through the mind of a young cheerleader in Fairport, New York, before she put her fingers to her keypad and began texting. She got distracted from the road for just a few short seconds, yet those few seconds cost her her life and the lives of 4 others, as well as that of a truck driver. Her vehicle crossed over the median, hit a tractor trailer head on, and she was just sending a real quick text message. I could give 1,000 more examples of the tragedy that looms from driving while texting, or the tragedies that driving while texting can cause. The New York Times reports that 25 passengers were killed and 130 injured when a train conductor in California was texting while conducting a train. CNN reports that 62 people were injured in Boston, Massachusetts due to a trolley driver sending a text message. Tragic auto accidents are on the rise due to DWT, and not just among teenagers. After researching this topic, I've come to agree with lawmakers in the state of Utah who have classified DWT with the same seriousness as DWI, or driving while intoxicated. The best way to prevent more tragic accidents is to enforce stricter standards related to DWT. For 1 second, I'm going to demonstrate for you an example of how your focus and your mobility change when you're trying to text. Mr. Allen will come forward. What I'm going to do is have him on the second stair of this ladder, and he's going to try to send a text message and step down 1 step. This is just another example, like driving, where it's almost impossible to text message and drive. It's almost impossible to text message and step down 1 stair. So if you will, try to come down 1 stair without falling. See, you can't do it. Come on, get out. It's impossible to focus on driving, just like it's impossible to walk down a stair of ladders while you're text messaging. I know many of you in the audience may be thinking, can I seriously be thinking that texting and driving is as serious as driving while intoxicated? Many of you think that it's no big deal, you do it all the time. I'm here to tell you that texting while driving is a big deal, and it's a national safety concern, a borderline epidemic. We must enforce strict laws and punishments for all violators. Too many people are being seriously injured or killed due to the few seconds a driver may become distracted from that familiar cell phone beep, which means you're receiving a text message. In a study conducted by the Virginia Transportation Institution, drivers are 23% more likely to be involved in an automobile accident while text messaging. Jennifer Gubin of CNET states, texting took a driver's focus away from the road an average of 4.6 seconds, enough time to go down a football field at 55 miles per hour. So during 1 text message, you've gone the length of 1 football field, not paying attention to the road. Evidence shows that texting while driving is becoming a national safety issue. According to the AAA, 61% of all teens admit to driving while texting. Now the key word is admit. 61% admit. We don't know how many do not admit. In that same study, 34% of adults below the age of 45 admit to driving while texting. Again, the key word is admit. Now that we've heard statistics and listened to the tragic stories, let's examine what state lawmakers are doing to combat this national safety concern. Only 16 states as of August of 2009 had banned texting while driving, and even worse, only 1 state restricted bus drivers driving your children and my children to school from texting while driving. Fines range drastically among states. The state of California slaps drivers while texting with a $20 fine. In the state of New York, the maximum fine is $150. state of Massachusetts is $250 to $500. And Utah leads the way with a $750 fine and 3 months in jail for texting while driving, and that's without causing injury, $750. If a driver in the state of Utah escapes from an accident they cause texting, they face up to 3 years in jail, up to 15 years in jail and a $10,000 fine. States must follow Utah's lead and make punishments harsher for drivers who text behind the wheel. In conclusion, this year alone, several thousand drivers will be hurt or injured due to another driver's careless act and texting behind the wheel. We must force state lawmakers to increase fines and mandate jail time for driving while texting. The punishment must fit the crime. We need to make the public aware that seconds of texting is not worth your life